his followers, the Septori. What about the others? I felt the cramping of my stomach as my body tried to fight off the newest experiment. We will keep trying the Portensi serum on the rest of them. I'm hoping one of them will survive the process. Raven explained. None have yet, Crow whined again. The pain was too much. It was what had reminded my body that I was still alive and brought my soul back. Only now I was burning alive, and I couldn't stop it, my body uncontrollably twitching from the pain. Wait. Raven, she's coming back. I told you this one could survive. The Raven spoke triumphantly as he walked over to my prone form, silver glinting off his mask. My eyes flew open at the touch of his cold skin on my wrist. He pulled a dagger from his robe and brought my wrist up. There were already numerous half-moon puncture wounds along my arms from the machine, but the Raven took the knife and cut along my arm. I couldn't move. All I could do was blink in pain. But I had to know. I had to see. My eyes followed the Raven's as he and I looked at my wrist to see which color of blood would flow from my wrist. It was black. Gasping, I woke up. My hair was drenched in sweat. It was a dream. Or was it? Each of my dreams had a semblance of truth to it. I pulled up the sleeve of my shirt to look at my arms. The small silver half-moon scars shone in the moonlight, barely discernible, the reminders of my months in prison and the torture machine I called the Iron Butterfly. I couldn't wait. I had to know. Reaching under my bedroll, I grabbed my knife and very gently pricked my finger and watched as a beautiful red drop of blood formed on the tip. Sighing in relief, I placed the knife back under my bed. I shivered as I recalled what Raven had said in my dream, that the experiment would change me from the inside out. I saw that the fire had died down to a bare glow, and scanned the camp. I saw Hemi's back as he leaned over and added more wood. Quickly, I lay down and pretended to sleep. The nightmares were getting worse. We had only been on the road 2 days, but the closer we got to the Iodine Valley, the more frequent they became. I would wake in the middle of the night drenched in sweat, too scared to sleep. I would lie in my bedroll until the sky lightened. For the most part, I had been able to hide the nightmares from my traveling companions, but they were becoming suspicious. There was nothing I could do to hide the dark circles under my eyes. But there was one individual I couldn't hide the nightmares from. My horse, Far Away, was my closest friend and companion. His voice and encouragement kept me sane during these long, sleepless nights, but even he couldn't keep the dreams and visions away. No one could. The worst part was that they were real, and the people I saw in them were after me. The Septori, led by their leader called Raven, were the ones who had kidnapped and imprisoned me, and erased my memories. I was one of only 2 surviving test subjects. Kael was the other survivor, and he had single-handedly orchestrated our escape. Joss and his godfather, Darren Hamden, had found me floating almost dead in a river after my escape from the experimental prison. Joss healed me and took me to the Citadel, which was a school for young Denai. There I worked as a servant until Raven's experiments began to reveal themselves within me. My unholy gift began to surface, and I was forced to pose as a student to learn to control my unnatural abilities. I was different. I could strip another student of her gifts and use it against her. I had accidentally done it to a young girl who bullied me. Since then, I'd learned control, and how to pull power.